I don't know, can you hear us? Yes. We're Daniel and Claas from 7Commerce. 7Commerce is the strategic investment unit for building e-commerce businesses within ProSiebenSat.1, the largest German television group. And we would like to introduce you to one of the most exciting and, in the meantime, also one of the largest commerce portfolios in the German-speaking internet, which we have built over the past 3 years. Now, how did we go about it? At ProSiebenSat.1, we are benefiting from one mega trend, which is the conversion of entertainment and commerce. Nowadays, everybody that sits in front of a television set has some sort of second screen device in their hands, and they're immediately ready to react when there is the right proposal or offering on the screen. And that's what we benefit from. Now, our business model started back in 2009, during the last financial crisis, when ProSiebenSat.1 had a lot of idle capacity on their screens, and they said, what can we do with that? And they started offering that through a model called Media for Revenue and Media for Equity, two smaller startup companies who typically would not be able to afford TV advertising, and they got it at a cheap rate, and in return, ProSiebenSat.1 got a stake in the company or in the revenues of the company. And this turned out to be a tremendous success, as probably a lot of you know. Among the first companies that used it was Zalando and Trivago, and ProSieben created a business unit out of that, which is 7Ventures today, did more than 60 investments over the past couple of years, and is, I think, an established player in the segment. And at about the same time, we said, if we do that for other people's companies, we can also do that for our own. And we started investing in majority investments. And we did so carefully. At the time, we were still private equity owned. We didn't have a lot of money, so the first company we bought was valued at €1. And we tried out how it works. We started in travel because we knew Svudo and Trivago had been a tremendous success. And it turned out we could do it on our own as well. So out of that, we built a unit which today is 7Travel. Comprises 7 majority-owned companies, comprises what we call TTV, total travel value, north of 1.3 billion euros. So it has become significant. And in the meantime, we've added other verticals, because apart from believing in TV advertising for commerce companies, we also believe in synergies within a vertical, companies that can share traffic, that can bundle products, or that can use expertise. So nowadays we have 3 verticals, which is travel, beauty and accessories, and online comparison. Those are the companies in there, 14 majority-owned companies. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the common denominator of all these companies is it's B2C mass market products. It's marketing-driven, so we have huge synergies. It's asset light, and it's defensible against what we call the US giants. So we're not directly competing with Amazon or Facebook. This year alone, we invested almost €500 million, and that's cash and not media, in additional assets that added to the portfolio. The 2 most prominent and most expensive examples having been eTraveli, Flight OTA out of Scandinavia, and Verivox, the #1 energy price comparison site in Germany, and then some e-commerce assets, which Daniel is going to talk about in more detail later on. So nowadays, this has become a sizable business. We have more than 250 million in visits on our website, only on the transaction sides. We do more than 5.5 million transactions. And the total transaction value on an annual basis is already exceeding 2.6 billion euros. And which is even more important, we're growing more than twice as fast as any of the markets and these companies operate in. Some even 3-4 times as fast. And how do we do that? That's what Daniel's going to talk about.
Thank you, Claas. Claas just described to you our string of pearls M&A strategy. We follow a clear path, investing in verticals, as we call them. But in addition to our M&A strategy, we are also building a playbook, how we manage our companies. For us as a TV broadcaster, we obviously have to gain more competences and more knowledge over time, and we reflect it in our playbook up there. In a little bit more detail, what are we doing? Obviously, knowing ProSiebenSat.1 is one of the largest TV powerhouses in Europe, we know how to steer our media. We are getting more efficient every year, which is not only important for our companies, but also for us as an investor, because it gives us more freedom to invest more media in future acquisitions. But over the time, we also developed retail competences. For an example, we are building pricing systems, we are building forecasting systems, and we're implementing them within our companies. If you look at the data example down here, we are building completely new reporting standards for our businesses. Firstly, when we introduce them to our founders, they're getting a little nervous because the giant comes, provides new reporting, but after a couple of weeks, they understand that they have a completely new playbook in their hand, managing their business in a completely different, more efficient, and more professional way. As a large corporation, we're obviously capable of negotiating completely different contracts than our individual assets can. So here up there, you see a couple of examples, one being Klarna, a payment provider that we implemented in all of our assets and are gaining incremental EBITDA through the terms and conditions we are getting here. One real-life example being Flaconi, an asset that grew a little over 100% in 2014. If you look at the number up left, we are growing about 200% currently, so we're doubling the growth. How do we do that? We obviously use our TV power, but even more our operational excellence experience that we have. Look at the visits. While TV can drive them, we also know how to convert them. We're converting about 30% better than we did last year, and we're doing it at a 41% lower cost than last year. So overall, we're growing this business by more than 200% for the full year, but we're doing this profitable, and this is pretty unique. If you look at our travel assets, obviously a huge synergy is our VKZ potential. VKZ being corporations with countries, with airlines, contributing to overall traffic growth by about 25%, but even on bottom line, contributing 35% of our profit. Obviously, starting out in Germany, mainly in the DACH regions, we are going to internationalize our business using our media alliance. You've heard about it when you came here last year, and you will hear about it this afternoon when we are going to introduce the 7Ventures Pitch Day, which is going to be a very, very special event. Why this is, I want to show you right now. Thank you very much.